Hey guys, I'm super excited to share with you that now you can turn on user-specific session history for each of your published AI agent and multi-agent workflow. That means your users can now see their past conversations or their past workflow runs in the same window without any workarounds. Let me show you how it works. For example, let's say I have created an AI workflow for turning any existing materials into ebooks for my audience. They can use this workflow many times for each ebook idea they have. So it would be great if every time they have completed an ebook, their progress would be saved somewhere so that when they go back to this workflow, they can still see their previous runs, check back the previous results, as well as start new runs. To do that, we will enable a feature called Custom User ID for your published agents and workflows. Essentially, when you are embedding these agents and workflows on your own websites, on WordPress, Webflow, or any other no-code website builders, or on your course or community platforms like Teachable, Chatgpt, and more. You can pass the user ID of each student or each member into the chatbot or workflow embed of MindPal so that we can save each conversation and each workflow run to each user's history. All you need to do is to go to the chatbot or workflow settings of the embed that you would like to enable this feature. Go to Control Access and look for the Enable Custom User IDs section here. By default, MindPal treats all users as anonymous, so they can only run without seeing their past sessions, because there's no way we can trace back which session belongs to which. But by passing the user ID from your system to MindPal, we now have a way to identify the owner of each session. So instead of using the default anonymous mode, you can switch to optional or required. Optional would be great if a user ID is not really necessary. You want to allow both anonymous and identified users to use your chatbots or workflows. For example, for my own company, we have an AI customer support chatbot, which could be embedded on our public landing page as well as our own web app. And we would want that the chatbot can talk to both anonymous visitors and signed-in users. So we can choose optional here. But in case you are embedding this chatbot or workflow inside a membership area with restricted access, you can turn it to required instead. Let's choose optional for now and save the workflow. Then make sure you check the updated sharing and embedding instructions to learn how to properly pass the custom user ID from your system into MindPal. Let's go here, and as you can see, the shareable link and the embed code of this workflow has been updated with a placeholder where you can put the actual value of the user ID from your system here. The way we would extract this value for each platform and website might vary. So make sure you check our detailed documentation guide where we discuss platform-specific instructions to help you enable this feature for any platform that you are using. For now, for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna use static values instead, but just know that you can make this value programmatic instead of fixed values. I'm gonna click customize here to replace the placeholder with a static value. In this case, let's say my user ID is ABC123XYZ. Now the code has been updated. Let's copy this and paste it somewhere we can visualize the workflow. Let's go here and paste the code here. Okay, this is how the workflow looks like when embedded on this website. Now, as you can see, besides the standard workflow interface, when you enable custom user ID, you will see a View Session History button right here. With this button, the user with that user ID would be able to browse their previous runs of this workflow, as you can see here. And they can always start a new run as usual. So let's say I'm looking to create an ebook topic on this topic. For this target audience based on this document. Let's continue. Now the workflow would do its job just like usual, but this workflow run that I have just initiated would be saved to my session history here along with my past runs. So I can always come back whenever needed. I can also open one of my past workflow runs to check the results again if I need. For example, I can just go here, and this is the previous workflow run that I had a few months ago. Now I can check all the results as needed. And this custom user ID also works with published AI agents or chatbots on MindPal as well. For example, previously, I have created and published a chatbot called Podcast Marketing Master Expert Chatbot, which can help entrepreneurs and content creators with all tasks inside podcast production process, from ideation to research to recap, repurposing, and so many more. Surely, anyone that uses this chatbot would not use this just once, right? They would come back to this chatbot again and again whenever they have a new episode to prepare for. So it would be very helpful if conversation history is saved for each user so they can check their results. To enable this capability, just update the chatbot settings with the custom user ID turned on in the control access section here. Let me switch it to optional and update this. Now, similarly, I'm gonna copy the updated embed code. Make sure to replace the placeholder with a static value first. Paste it to my playground. Now, as you can see, with the custom user ID enabled, I'm now able to see a View Session History button here, which I can browse my previous conversations and come back to any conversation if I need. For example, this is a conversation I had a few months ago, I think, and every new chat created with this chatbot would be associated with the provided custom user ID, so the session history will be always up to date. I really hope that this new feature of MindPal would make your user experience much more seamless on your website or your course or your membership platform. So make sure you give it a try on mypal.io and let me know what you think. If you have any questions at all, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below or join our Facebook community to discuss directly with me and my co-founder. For now, take care and I will see you in our next videos.